Hello students, in this video we will discuss session 6 of the chapter The Nature and Scope of Indian English Literature. Here we will look at some of the criticisms against Indian English writers. One of the charges leveled against Indian English writers is that they include stereotypes of character and situation to attract the foreign reader. The Indian novels are tailor-made with assortment of sadhus, fakirs, maharajas, westernized Indian men and traditional Indian women. They perform against the background of communal riots and nationalistic uprising. There are elements which are found here and there, such as tiger hunts, rope tricks, snakes, elephants, and a pinch of mysticism. When all of this combine, there emerges the Indian English masterpiece. This kind of criticism is true of certain authors. However, it would be unfair to dismiss the works of novelists like R.K. Narayan, Mulkraj Anand, Rajarao in these terms. It would condemn all fiction in English as cheap and worthless. A noted modern Hindi writer, Sachidananda Vatsayan, launched a scathing attack on Indian English writers. He called them a second class brother or a poor relation. In his opinion, an Indian writer has to write in an Indian language, and only an Indian language can express the unique experience Indians have. Some critics also question in the following manner. They ask, when only about 2% of Indians understand English, why should an Indian English writer write in English? When majority of Indians do not understand English, what is the necessity of writing in an English language, in an English language? They also say that English is not going to stay in India forever. Since the British have left, their language is also going to go away. Then why should one continue to write in English language? In the early phase of Indian English literature, the Indian wanted to be heard by English masters. So they wrote in English. And as Babu Sambhunath Mukherjee points out, we have contributed to literature in our own way. But to show what is worth in our literature, we must write in English so that the Westerners understand what is the worth of Indian English literature. Indians, over a period of time, have come to realize that they could combine business and artistic pleasure by writing in English. An Indian knows that by choosing to write in English, he can reach a far wider audience than he can when he writes in his mother tongue. And according to Europeans, Indians talk too much and talk too fast and loud. It is by a stroke of historical providence that we have got an opportunity to master one of the supple and pliant language that the civilization has ever produced. Now, English is a very supple or flexible language. It's an adaptable language which suits every situation, and it is the good fortune of Indians that we have the opportunity to learn such a language. Furthermore, in modern India, there is a synthesis of East and West. We have assimilated much from West, and to retain, rediscover, and reclaim much of what is our own, we need this language. The synthesis and its experience can be adequately expressed in Indian English literature, which itself represents part of this process. As Amy Direct points out, because of their first hand experience of West, Indian writers in English have the power to perceive differences. They have experienced the Oriental's adjustment to a Western society and readjustment again to the Oriental. And from this, they have a slightly detached view of their own society, not the detached and slightly repellent view of the de Indianized Indian. They must feel a sense of release in expressing their sensations, which, after all, demand expression. And as one writer expresses it, since we cannot expect others to try to understand our achievement in our own terms, we have to present it in a language which they understand. So, it has become a necessity for us to express in English. And as Indian writers in English, we have that detachment with which we can look at our own self and try to understand what our experiences have been. M.G. Krishnamurti claims that certain details, stereotypes, words, and phrases, when skillfully employed, can trigger into existence a non English culture. If the Indian writer in English gains certain special effects by the very fact that he is expressing an essentially Indian experience in a foreign language, they are inevitable concomitants of his peculiar situation, which he has to accept with all its advantage and limitations. On the other hand, the writer in the mother tongue will have his own strong points and their consequent restrictions too. Indian writers in English no longer remain the bastard bantlings of the British. Now, in M.G. Krishnamurti's opinion, Indian English writers can express their feelings, emotions, and experiences in a peculiarly different way, and if they can do it, it is an achievement on their part, and we have to accept it along with its advantage and limitations. As Kamala Das points out, yeah, I am quoting from one of her poems. I quote, "Don't write in English," they said. "English is not your mother tongue. Why not leave me alone? Critics, friends, visiting cousins, every one of you. Why not let me speak in any language I like? The language I speak becomes mine, its distortions, its queerness, all mine." So Kamala Das tries to express her feelings in English. Uh, she has mastery over three languages, so she can express very well in all of them. And when others raise their doubts, she is trying to suppress them by saying, "Why do you object for my writing in English?" And now let us look at the conclusion of this session. As for the future, in what direction Indian English literature is going to develop may be left for time to unfold. With the almost unlimited lease of life given to English in India today and the consequent increase in readership And with the growing interest in Commonwealth literature in the West recently, and the reports of the impending demise of Indian English literature would appear greatly exaggerated. Literary forecasts are not less reliable than weather forecasts. However, the current scenario appears hopeful and promising. In the conclusion of this session, we understand that English is going to stay for much more longer than others had expected, and there is a brilliant future for this language. So, we must appreciate and accept it as one of our languages. Thank you.